Welcome to Scotia Helicopters based here at Cumbernauld Airport. If I could have your attention for a few minutes, I need to discuss some flight safety points which are unique to you and your trip today. Because today you will be flying in the cockpit of a Robinson R-44 Raven helicopter. The Raven is a 4-seat helicopter, and like nearly all helicopters, it is comprised of these parts. The cockpit, which you will sit in today, and the cockpit is part of the fuselage. The tail rotor is at the end of the tail boom, and the main rotor sits on top of the fuselage. Please note the red light here, known as the strobe or beacon. The flashing red strobe light means that the engine and the rotors are turning, or are about to turn. The turning rotors are known as the disc, and this disc can be tilted forwards, sideways and backwards by the pilot. Note that the disc can be quite low when tilted forward, so please stoop when you enter the disc area. It is mandatory that you approach and leave the Robinson via the 10 to 2 o'clock green sector, as indicated here. You should use this approach and departure sector at all times, even if the rotors are not turning and the strobe light is off. In order to get permission from the pilot to enter the disc, you must ask permission to enter by giving a thumbs up between waist and chest height. No high fives, please. The pilot will respond with a thumbs up, meaning yes, you may approach, or a thumbs down with a shake of the head for do not approach, I am not ready. Now a quick look at the controls in the cockpit, and on the base forward on the right hand side you will see the tail rotor pedals. Tail rotor pedals for your control, twisting the aircraft left and right. Then coming backwards to the cyclic. The cyclic will fly us left and fly us right and fly us forwards and backwards. Then between the two seats we have the collective, which you pull to add pitch to the blades and climb into the sky, and lower to throw off pitch and descend. All three controls are used simultaneously to fly and hover this helicopter. Thought you'd be glad to hear that. On departure from a rotors turning Robinson R-44, you are responsible for closing the door and ensuring that the seat harness is inside the aircraft and not trapped under the door. The pilot, who is in the front right-hand seat, cannot do this, as the rotors are turning and he has control of the aircraft. It is therefore your job to do this. The pilot will brief you fully on how to close the door and how to ensure that your seatbelt harnesses are secured before you leave. We would like to wish you a very pleasant flight, and I can promise you that once you have flown in a helicopter, you will love it. Forward to seeing you again soon, and thank you again for flying with Scotia Helicopters.